Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Rashod Bateman starting off training camp on the PUP List. So it was, it came out by Field Yates on Twitter. That's who broke it. And it was saying that Rashod Bateman will be placed on the PUP List, or is now on the PUP List going into training camp. And somebody was talking during that time, I forgot his name, but he was saying that if he is on the PUP List, that means he most likely will miss all of training camp. Look, we've talked about this Bateman thing for a minute. We've been pretty, breaking up the news, bringing it to you guys, but I was wondering something, because remember, I did call that him and OBJ would start the year off slow, if not start the year off at all, because that's the reason why I had Zay probably going over 1,000 yards this season. That specific reason. Because somebody has to get the ball. Somebody does. Now, everybody knows how I am. I'm concerned about the injury. Not because I doubt Bateman, but because of the history of the Ravens. Anything that can happen, happens. And all of you guys should know that. That's literally how it's been from the time of the inception of this team. Anything bad that can happen, happens. And it happens at the most inopportune moment. So, here's the thing. I want him for later on in the season, so I want them to take it easy with him. I want them to let him heal. The problem is, this is a new offense. A lot of people do not understand this. I don't care that he already has a rapport with Lamar. He's not familiarized on the field with the playbook. When's the last time he's been in game speed scenarios? You get where I'm going with this? So this is I'm very concerned about it. And I think people should be too. I think that as Raven fans, we cope. We try everything to cope because so much bad stuff happens. So Raven skin is, no pun intended, is very thick because we've seen it all. We've lived it all. And like I said before, anything that can happen has happened. So it's almost like, we've seen it happen before. So, we just got to keep going, work hard, you know what I'm saying? And keep grinding. That's where the underdog mentality has come from. But with specifically Rashod Bateman, the reason why I feel this way is because of timing also. Y'all have to understand something. If he doesn't play this year, let's say or let's say he's still nursing that thing all the way up, he doesn't get his fifth-year option picked up. You got to come from, there is a good chance he will no longer be with the team next year. A very strong chance. Because then he's going to be looking for security because of the injuries. And the Ravens are not going to be willing to give it to him because he's not been able to stay on the field. See the conundrum? And y'all should already know what that's like because we're going through it with JK. Hey, y'all saw Saquon? Listen, it's funny how I brought up JK real quick. Pivot. It's funny how people were making fun of Saquon for being like, nah, homie, I'm not doing this, man. It's funny how people make fun of people that are never in their predicament. I always tell this to people. The money that you see is not what they get. You understand where I'm coming from? I'm going to go to this real quick. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Y'all are gonna laugh at this when I show you. Here it goes right here. Yes, 4.8, 8.52. Yes, okay. So I want y'all to understand that the highest tax bracket right now in the United States is 37%. You understand? Almost 40%. So whatever you make, 37% is going back to the government. You understand where I'm coming from? All right. After that comes out, then you have something called state tax. You understand? Okay. So So these guys, so even though he signed for 11 million, or it could be $11 million, 49.8% is already gone off of state tax and federal tax. That's not including jock tax. Yes, jocks have tax, a separate tax. So then you have jock tax. All right? On top of that, whatever. And then you have to play into that his agent gets a percentage. His manager gets a percentage. His publicist gets something. You see how that money's starting to dwindle? Because when you start to look at it, you're like, okay, before I can even start paying people, I'm already down to about $5 million out of that money. So what do I really have left? And for anybody that has to understand something who has never been to New York, because I'm from New York, when I get mad, you start hearing my accent and stuff come out. You feel me? You get where I'm coming from. When the stuff in New York is not cheap. New York is the second most expensive state in America, behind California. So there ain't no dollar menus. You see how all this starts to, and we're not even going to talk about rent, especially renting in a nice area in New York, because it's absolutely insane. So that's why these players, especially in those big market areas, are fighting tooth and nail for the money, because they're really not seeing anything. After everybody's paid tax and everything out, they're only walking away with roughly 24, maybe 25% of the money at the beginning. That's it. And for anybody that be like, oh, that's enough, once again, you still have utilities, you still have rent. If you have a baby mama, that's even worse. So this is the conundrum that the Ravens are probably going to find themselves in with two players next year, J.K. and Bateman, and I'm praying to God that doesn't happen. I really hope not. Look, I think Bateman truly has the it factor. I think he has the ability to be a true, not a number one receiver, a true number one receiver. The problem is that no matter how talented somebody is, the best ability is availability, and injuries has robbed him of that in his career thus far. So everybody's saying, oh, Nitro is going according to plan, just how it is. He can have setbacks. See, once again, Raven fans coping. They don't think ahead like this. Because remember, when I was already saying that Bateman would probably miss the beginning of the season, a lot of people was coming down in the comments telling me, Nitro, you're wrong. He'll be fine. He'll be there at training camp. Don't worry. Now it's being reported that he might miss all of training camp. You get where I'm coming from? I hope for the best, but I plan for the worst. That's my motto. That's my mindset. You got coming from? So I'm worried about him. I truly am. And, with him being on the PUP list, we're just going to get to see what this receiving core could do without him. I truly do believe if he comes back 90 to 100%, even 80% of what he is, with him, OBJ, and Zay, I truly believe it'll be something special. And it has the looks of it, but everybody has to be healthy. And we're not even talking about OBJ slowly being ramped up to full speed, because he has yet to be in game situations in the last about 2 seasons. You get where I'm coming from? So there's a lot behind the scenes going on for the Ravens. And we have to understand that. I'm going to worry. Because once again, I hope for the best, but I plan for the worst. So I'm a worry wart. So sorry if you don't like that I worry, but I got it. You feel me? But what do you guys think? How do you feel about Bateman being on the PUP list and maybe potentially missing all of training camp? Let me know down in the comment section. And before I go any further, because we cover not just football, I want to say this, all jokes aside. Prayers go up for the James family. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm specifically talking about LeBron James and Savannah James, the mother and father of Bronny, his oldest son, who literally passed out, cardiac arrest, on USC's court during a practice. Look, and I know I make a lot of jokes and stuff like that, but I'm so serious when I say this. This is not a time for people to crack jokes about something like this. It's really not. You know what I mean? Because you have everyone that's going to be online trolling and stuff like that, talking about things about the season, how it's going to mess with his mind. Listen, let me tell you this right now, and I want y'all all to understand this, okay? Come a little closer. Do not bother that man about anything. You understand where I'm coming from? The only place where LeBron's mind should be at right now is his family. That man is a father and a husband first. You got where I'm coming from? For a lot of people that do not understand, who might not have kids, I'm a father. My smile goes away when it comes to my children. The smile goes away. There's no more laughing. So if you have, so I'm speaking to this because this is a PSA for all LeBron trolls and haters and stuff. Because listen, like I said before, all these people that want to try to take shots in his lowest moment right now with his family, I want you to understand this when I say this. When it comes to LeBron James, PSA, if it comes to basketball, keep it to yourself. He doesn't care about basketball right now. The man is going through a family crisis, okay? All right, that's number one. If it's coming to your fantasy team or the Lakers, he doesn't care, okay? If you see him in the hospital, the only thing you should say to that brother is, hey, man, I heard. We're praying for you. That's it. That's it. That's as far as it should go. And I really hope that reaches the ears of a lot of people that don't seem to have common sense or any decorum. Because that's the problem with people. People going online and stuff like that, and it's so toxic that they throw away their own morals for a chance to be funny. And this is nothing funny. This is somebody's child. I don't care if that young man is 19 years old. That's a child when it comes to his father, his oldest child. And let me tell you something right now. That man LeBron is not smiling because when you have to, it's his seed. And shout outs to the mother also. They're going through a family crisis. Leave those people alone. And if you're a troll, shut your mouth. I wanted to make sure I put that PSA out before we ended today's video. But that's another episode of The Wonder Kid Show. Thank you all for watching. You know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh, but everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I love the comments. Just be respectful, please. And if you would like to donate to this channel, bottom of the screen on this side is a QR code. QR code's to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is $The.Wunderkind.Show. Also available, last but not least, is the Wunderkind Patreon. Go check that out. Do you know that we have 12 patrons right now? Shout outs to all of you. Yes! I want to make sure that they know that because as much as I do this, it helps out the content. It helps out everything. So shout outs to you guys that have become patrons. I'm telling you, the 3 tiers that are there are absolutely beautiful. And check it out. Let me know what you guys think, all right? But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This show is Nitro signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yep.